last of our preliminary events in the Burn series. The youth event this morning, we have actually over 130 competitors coming in from all over the region to compete for their last chance to qualify for the championships. We do an invitation based on their ranking and the number of comps they attended for the championships, which is coming up on March 12th. And then that's for the youth as well as for the adults. And this afternoon, we have actually close to 145 adults already registered for this final event of the series, which is the highest number of adults we've had at any burn in over 10 years. Finals tonight was probably the best so far of the series. We had a really energetic crowd, we had a really loud crowd. The problems at this gym, because of the nature of the walls we use for finals, tend to be more intellectual and more highly technical as opposed to more power-oriented. Valley's a little bit more power-oriented. So as a result, the problems take longer. One of the interesting things this time around is you noticed that the competitors were spending anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half on each try, which is probably twice as long as what we normally see. And that's because the problems were incredibly devious as well as hard. I think that actually results in a much more exciting final because you can see people try. You know, it's not just they do a hard move and they fall. You can, and plus it's a tighter venue as well. So in addition to them having to think and take more time on each move, the spectators are 20, 30 feet away from all three of the problems all at once. It's a tighter group. And the lighting is such that you can see the movement of their muscles, you can see the expression on their face in the whole crowd, and that just makes it that much more intense. It also means that people get a little further each time, as opposed to people getting stopped at one move and then getting past it, or getting very near the top each time and falling. Because of the intellectual problem-solving nature of the problems, they can unlock a trick and then get back on and get further in a way that's harder to do when the problems are more based on just raw power. men's final number 3, the nature of that feature requires that we set a problem that's very devious as well as very powerful, because it's a really weird sort of tight space, but it's very similar to what you would climb outdoors. So in a way, it's not as showy as some of the other finals walls, but it's a lot more realistic. If you were to put it in an outdoor venue, it's what you would find in an outdoor hard problem. So it required a whole lot of different skill sets that you often don't get a chance to showcase at many of the finals. So it required, in particular, like men's final number 3 required very precise motion. It required almost slab style technique, but in a very overhanging section to get up into the powerful part. And then from there, it was like 3 or 4 power moves, but that are very precise stabs to holds to a very weird finishing move, which stymied all but one competitor.